Are y'all ready to talk about what's been going on since we dropped the big three? For people who don't know what's going on with the big three, basically two brothers was fighting over basketball. Dad got home, heard too much noise. He took the basketball, told them to go to their room, and he don't want to hear shit until they can come out their respective corners and shake hands and be friends. All right, that's what happened when we dropped the big three over there to get rid of them nuclear sites. All right, now let's fast forward. Iran want to be petty because they can't take the L, so now they're going to block the Strait of Hormuz, tomato. I don't know. All I know is that's where 20% of the world's oil comes from. But in order to do that, because they have no legal jurisdiction to do that shit, they're going to have to fuck with the naval ships over there, which are the U.S. naval ships. You done already did too much, okay? Just chill out, take the L, shake hands with Israel, y'all figure something out, all right? And Russia, you shut the fuck up. Now, Putin ain't said a word, but his foreign counsel gonna make the statement that USA made a big mistake by even interfering, even though the reason the US did what they did was so that maybe we can have peace talks if everybody knows there are no nukes over there. That was the whole point of doing that shit. And the Minister of Defense, if that's what you want to call him over there for Russia, gonna say some shit like, well, we know that they destroyed the nuclear sites, but we can give Iran nukes if we wanted to. I know you motherfucking lying. I know you fucking lying. And I'm going to tell you why. Zesty Zelensky been fucking with y'all, encroaching on y'all borders, been blowing up y'all shit, and y'all scared to fuck with a picture of him. But you want to talk big shit to the United States. I'm going to take what is absolutely the fuck not for 500, Mr. Trebek. I'm going to need for y'all to get y'all house in order before you try to speak on what the fuck we just did. All right? Y'all got bigger fish to fry. Matter of fact, you got a whale to fry. Because that man trying to join NATO, Zesty Zelensky trying to join NATO and encroach on your borders and keep attacking you. So right now, and by the way, Trump tried to get peace between y'all and the Ukraine in the first place. So for you to try to be a warmonger when you scared of Lil Zelensky, pipe down. And the same goes for you that went for Iran. Keep our name out your fucking mouth. Because what we just did ain't have nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. All right? And until y'all can get y'all shit together with Zelensky, I'm going to need for y'all to go sit down. Well, that's all that's happening in a nutshell. We'll talk more about it later because Pete Hegseth and Rubio and, you know, America, it's kind of standing with Donald Trump because united we stand, you know the rest. So everybody pipe down, and can we have peace? Like President Trump is asking for everybody to have peace. All right, they ain't got no nukes. Let's all shake hands and get this bread. We're going to see where it goes. I'll catch y'all up tomorrow. Oh, I get my live privileges back tonight at 10:41 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight, but I might go live tomorrow. So we'll have a lot to talk about, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right.
Scales, get your black ass up right now. Because we gotta goddamn be here. Let's go.
Why the fuck is we even here? We shouldn't even be in Iran. They just saying shit on the internet. It smell like shit.
Okay. Crying and shit. Let's go.
Okay.
Where the hell area Scales Hood News at? Frontline right now.
Why me?
Well, we don't give a damn. You going frontline. You did all that hood news shit. Let's go.
Why I gotta go frontline?
Right now.
I don't want to be frontline. Please. Bitch. If something happened to me, my mama gonna be pissed, man. Fuck y'all.
They know Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon. That's the only reason they're comfortable attacking them. Because they know Iran cannot attack back with nuclear weaponry. And they arrogantly thought their Iron Dome was going to protect them. But it literally collapsed within 24 hours. A lot of people may have seen earlier videos where a whole bunch of Iran's weapons were being intercepted by the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome, by the way, actually shoots a missile up to intercept and blow up other missiles. But what they didn't get is that Iran was intentionally sending old missiles to wear out, to use up the defense. And once they felt like they had sufficiently worn down the defenses of the Iron Dome, then they started unleashing the heavy duty stuff. And Iran has hypersonic missiles. And I don't know if you've seen one of those on video. It is insane how fast they come in. You're not getting out of the way of a hypersonic missile. You may be able to see some other type of missile up in the air, heading your way, you run for the hills. You're not running from a hypersonic missile. As fast as you see it, it's there. It travels faster than the speed of sound. So it hits you before you even hear it coming. They've also unleashed a new type of weaponry that we've never even seen before. Hey Siri, how many missiles does Iran have? It's going to be in the thousands. 3,000 ballistic missiles. They're going to level Israel like a parking lot.
You know why people are really upset that Donald Trump attacked Iran? It's because he's just cleaning up the mess that Barack Hussein Obama left behind. That's the whole reason. Y'all love that talking point where y'all say, well, Barack Obama, he negotiated the deal with Iran and it stopped them from making nuclear weapons. So Donald Trump got in and backed out the deal because he's an incompetent leader and he couldn't help the fact that Obama was a master negotiator. It's so funny because y'all never mention the fact that Barack Hussein Obama released $100 billion in frozen assets to Iran. What did you think happened once Iran got that $100 billion in frozen assets? I'll tell you what happened. They continued to support Syria and Assad's regime, a real dictator. Remember, y'all called Trump a dictator. Assad is a real dictator who was gassing his own people for standing up against him. That's what Iran did. They used some of that money to develop missiles and help Hezbollah out. This all because Barack Obama, he wanted to take a different approach. Meanwhile, Trump going in head first at Iran. He said, man, we don't care if they have the capability to make nuclear weapons or not. We're going to bomb them facilities so we don't have to question it. Ain't no second guessing. Right now, we know they don't have it because we have bombed it and they're going to have a long time before they can even try to create more nuclear weapons, nuclear power, whatever they need to create it. Shit, we can say the same thing about ISIS. Obama allowed ISIS to flourish and grow. Meanwhile, Donald Trump got in office. What he did, took ISIS straight off the map. What else did he do? Knocked the ISIS leader off. I'm just saying. So once again, Barack Hussein Obama left some mess behind that Donald John Trump just had to clean up. It's all good, man. Ain't nothing wrong with calling a spade a spade.
So Iran has come out and stated that all three sites were empty. All three of them. Wow. This is unbelievable. You mean to tell me that we wasted all of these resources for what? Empty sites. They came out and stated that they had emptied those sites beforehand weeks ago because they knew it was coming. Wow. Unbelievable. So we sat here, put our people in jeopardy like this for what? For what? For nothing. They came out and stated that all three sites were empty. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna need for all of my dumbass family because to stop calling, talk about some. Well, what do you think about what Trump doing now? You see what Trump doing now? Listen, I got what I wanted out of my vote. The very first week that Trump was in office, okay? I wanted women to get their rights back and for them to stop letting transgenders play in women's sports. And I wanted them to take all of the LGBTQIA, B, C, D, E, F, G out of the schools and to stop forcing it on children and get them nasty ass books out of the kids' schools. I got what I wanted out of my vote. I wanted all of those illegal immigrants that was here hurting American women to get deported. I got what I wanted. Stop asking me. I'm good. I'm back to living my life like you don't do. Because every single 4 years, y'all dumbasses let the richest black people in entertainment stand up and tell you that you can't do it and that you being held down. When their very existence is showing you that that's not true.
Today I authorized 2 operations in Iraq. Targeted airstrikes to protect our American personnel. Last night, on my orders, America's armed forces began strikes against ISIL targets in Syria. Today, at my direction, the United States launched a targeted operation against that compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Today, I authorized the armed forces of the United States to begin a limited military action in Libya. Because a nuclear Iran is a threat to our national security. They can take the diplomatic route, or they will have to face a United States president, me, who said we're not going to take any options off the table.
Congratulations, President Trump. Your bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. It has done what no other country on earth could do. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace. President Trump and I often say, peace through strength. First comes strength, then comes peace. And tonight, President Trump and the United States acted with a lot of strength. President Trump, I thank you. The people of Israel thank you. The forces of civilization thank you. God bless America. God bless Israel. And may God bless our unshakable alliance, our unbreakable faith.
Hello? Hey, look, check it. Hey, look, I was calling y'all. Look, I was calling y'all personally to let y'all know whatever y'all, Trump, and Shamar got going on, it ain't got shit to do with the rest of the United States of America. Yes, that ain't got, and we'll look, from the bottom of my heart, we apologize for them doing it, what the hell they did the other day. That ain't got nothing to do with us. On air, look, we over here trying to work, trying to take care of our family and stuff. And the bullshit that Trump and Shamar got good. Look, y'all come over here and get Shamar. Y'all come over here and get him or her, whatever the hell it is. Y'all come right now and we'll send that motherfucker to y'all. Yeah, that motherfucker, y'all can come over there and get her, him. Come over here and get that motherfucker. That stuff that motherfucker talking about, it ain't got nothing to do with us. The motherfucker ain't even said y'all name right. I know y'all don't want it, but y'all come over here and get her, get him, whatever, get her, come get that motherfucker, man. Right, it ain't, look, what's going on, bro, I promise you, and everybody in the United States, beside them 2 motherfucking bad this up, we ain't got nothing to do with it. Trump, he just doing stuff, he don't, brother, hey, the brother messed up in the head, he just doing stuff, he didn't mean to do that, he didn't damn mean to do that. Right, and look, can y'all please call China and tell them please, bro. Tell them China, they gave us a one that told us we fought with y'all, what they gonna do. I promise you we didn't. We damn sure don't want to go to war with them and Russia. We don't want to do that. Right, look, I promise you, bro, we ain't mean to do it. They sent the missile off they sent it the wrong way. I promise you, they sent that motherfucker. They tried to send it somewhere else. They sent it came the wrong damn way, bro. I'm calling for them to let y'all know. We can squash this right now. Whatever y'all come over here and get some more. Y'all come over here and get that motherfucker. We can call it quits right now, bro. God damn it. I don't know, bro. We don't damn know, Shamar talking about. And y'all, I see y'all, I don't know what y'all for real, y'all done tweeted back and told, look, that motherfucker fucked up. That thing don't know what the hell going on. That thing just get online and start talking about stuff. Y'all come over and get that thing from over here. We don't even know what he's, whatever it is, we don't know where that thing come from. So if y'all want to come over here and get Shamar and Trump, y'all can come over here and get them. If y'all need an address, y'all know the address to the White House. Bro, them folks, they didn't mean it, bro. I'm telling y'all, they did not mean that, bro. I know Shamar, that motherfucker don't just talking, bro. God damn, boy, I knew it. See, they playing the dangerous game, and y'all for real. They don't know y'all damn for real. And I'm so scared right now, bro. I'm so damn scared. I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nowhere to go and hide it.
So in the heat of the moment, I feel it is only natural for us to bring up one of the key players that seems to be forgotten more times than not when it comes to what we're currently seeing in the Middle East today. That individual is none other than Barack Hussein Obama. Now, it's interesting to me that during Obama's 8-year reign as the president of these United States, not only was he able to get away with some of the most heinous acts, but if you were to look at his overall resume, some would say that, I don't know, he might be considered a war criminal. Let me explain. You see, during Obama's administration, there were at least 3 times documented where a few $100 million, if not $1.2 to $2 billion, were sent over to Iran in its jihadist regime in order to, I guess, fund them in some sort of fundamental way. Now, what that led to was a strengthening of what is known as ISIS, which I guess most would consider as a terrorist organization. And then, of course, there were the multitudes of times that Mr. Hussein himself, El Presidente, King, he commissioned for more than 600 drone strikes on a multitude of Middle Eastern countries. And that was without the say-so of Congress, which is interesting to me because all I'm hearing right now is how this is unconstitutional. How dare DJT commit an act of quote-unquote crime, war crime, without, at the very least, consulting Congress? So before we get to DJT, can we first rehash history? And then we can get to the truth of what's actually taking place. Let's do that.
First of all, Israel is a true friend. It is our greatest ally in the region. And if Israel is attacked, America will stand with Israel. As long as I'm president of the United States, Iran will not get a nuclear weapon. I made that clear when I came into office. To get Iran to recognize it needs to give up its nuclear program and abide by the UN resolutions and we are going to continue to keep the pressure on to make sure that they do not get a nuclear weapon. That's in America's national interest, and that will be the case so long as I'm president.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you have proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
Democrats must have the shortest memory of anybody on this planet. Why are you upset at the fact that Donald Trump, who ran on saying that Iran cannot have nuclear capabilities, actually did something about it. Now you're saying that our president is declaring war on Iran? No, he's just making it harder for them to declare war on America. And for some reason, do you guys not remember the Arab Spring? Why don't you Google it? It's free. That's when the U.S. was going to destabilize many Arab nations because of their connection to terrorism. And did we all forget the over 500 strikes that Barack Obama did without due process, without any arguments, against places like Pakistan, Somalia, and other Arab nations that he felt were harboring terrorists? You seem to have forgotten that, huh? And for some reason, there was no cry that Obama was taking us to war. Even Sleepy Joe had us fighting all types of proxy wars under his 4 years of leadership, or lack thereof. So Jasmine Crockett and the rest of you pieces of crap who are spreading misinformation, go to hell, because you said nothing to Obama and you said nothing to Biden. So have a seat.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you have proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
Exactly. And what is the difference between what she's saying and Trump doing? I answer that question. It's exactly what I said. Democrats say stuff, Trump is doing stuff. That's the difference. So, and she ain't the only one. So many between Hillary, Biden, all of them are saying the same thing about Iran. But only one person has taken a step to make sure that we are protected first. Now, Trump could be wrong in this situation. He could be right in this situation. However, you can respect the fact that he put the United States first. You can respect the fact that he's saying, oh, we feel like we're in danger, let's go over there, right? So tell me what's the difference in what she's saying. Now, had she been voted in and did the same thing, there would be no issue. Y'all would have been saying what I'm saying. She's trying to protect the United States. Come on now. This is why nobody be taking y'all serious. Democrat, y'all are a losing party, right? Y'all are a losing party. Y'all losing y'all mind, and y'all don't know what to do. So y'all, everything Trump do, no matter if it's good or bad for the United States, or y'all agree that it's not for the United States, it doesn't matter. Y'all gonna hold something against him, right? Y'all, oh, this is what y'all voted for? Yes, this is what we voted for. Y'all just stop asking us that question, right? And that person over there, Kamala, so I don't want to talk about this, right? Because she knows she wasn't gonna do nothing, but probably fund them again to fight us.
It hasn't even been 24 hours yet, and people are already saying Trump got us into a war. Let's clear that up right now. Trump did not get us into a war. Trump, as the commander-in-chief, has the authority to conduct airstrikes and military operations. This is just a fact. So it's crazy to me how people are saying, oh, Trump dropping a few bombs on Iran constitutes us being in war now, when back in 2016 alone, then President Barack Obama dropped 26,171 bombs himself. But Democrats always say Obama never got us into any foreign wars. Make that make sense to me. These are the lengths people will go to paint Trump in a negative light when he is the one president who chose to take decisive action to preemptively stop a country that clearly has no business having nuclear weapons. So when someone says that Trump got us into a war, they are lying to you, they are trying to fearmonger, they're trying to sell panic, anything but the actual truth. And here, we're going to talk about the actual truth and the actual facts. So if you didn't know that information, share it with somebody else, because I guarantee you, far too many people do not understand.
And I want the Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that, because that perhaps will deter them from doing something that would be reckless, foolish, and tragic.
If Iran steps up to its obligations, the United States is clear we will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
I will say again, I would like nothing better than to have a dialogue with Iran, as long as we can have an honest discussion of all the relevant issues. We remain concerned about the sponsorship of terrorism, about violent attacks on the peace process, about development or acquisition of weapons of mass destruction. And we will continue to be concerned about those things.
That the Iranian nuclear issue is a problem and continues to be a problem that must be addressed by the international community. A number of them have said so publicly, and I appreciate their comments. I appreciate the work of our intelligence community in helping us better understand Iran's past and present nuclear activities. Their information is critical in increasing our understanding and helping us develop a sound policy. It is clear from the latest NIE that the Iranian government has more to explain about its nuclear intentions and past actions, especially the covert nuclear weapons program pursued into the fall of 2003, which the Iranian regime has yet to acknowledge. The Iranians have a strategic choice to make. They can come clean with the international community about the scope of their nuclear activities and fully accept the long-standing offer to suspend their enrichment program and come to the table and negotiate, or they can continue on a path of isolation that is not in the best interests of the Iranian people.
So Donald Trump made his decision to go ahead and attack Iranian facilities. And this isn't anything new, because I went and I did my research, because I see that a lot of people are upset that Donald Trump didn't ask for permission to go ahead and just do this attack on Iran's nuclear sites so that they don't have that in the process. So I said, let me go see, is this not okay for you not to ask for permission to go ahead and do an attack? And it turns out that it's not unprecedented at all. Barack Obama didn't ask. Bill Clinton didn't ask. In fact, like the last 8 presidents, none of them asked shit. They just went and did the attack. Seems to me like Donald Trump just can't do anything that all the other presidents did. All the things that the other presidents did, Donald Trump can't do it. And I see people on the right, they're just losing their minds. They're like, no, you don't understand. He's only doing it because Israel only wants him to do it, and he's only doing it because they want him to do it. Listen, man, all the presidents before Donald Trump, they all backed Israel. All of them. And they all did things to protect Israel. Donald Trump is not doing anything wrong.
First of all, Israel is a true friend. It is our greatest ally in the region. And if Israel is attacked, America will stand with Israel. As long as I'm president of the United States, Iran will not get a nuclear weapon. I made that clear when I came into office. It's to get Iran to recognize it needs to give up its nuclear program and abide by the UN resolutions and we are going to continue to keep the pressure on to make sure that they do not get a nuclear weapon. That's in America's national interest, and that will be the case so long as I'm president.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you have proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
You can't tell me this wasn't the plan all along. Israel hits Iran, not just randomly, surgically. They took out Iran's air defense system first. And the moment that window opened, the U.S. swoops in with 6 B-2 bombers, bunker busters locked and loaded, and they strike 3 key nuclear enrichment sites. All of it done within 24 hours. No boots on the ground. This wasn't just a show of force. This was a coordinated takedown. Israel clears the airspace. America handles the deep work. This ends the nuclear threat without a ground war and without giving Iran a chance to retaliate. Now this forces Iran's leadership to the negotiating table because now they have no leverage, no deterrent, no more hand, as Trump would like to say. This is what strategic leadership looks like. No endless wars, no half measures, just precision, power, and peace on our terms. Well played, Mr. Trump. This is Kathy Talk. If you love America, make sure to follow for more. If not, I'll look forward to your tears in the comments.
So here's Trump's quick little speech to us after we just struck Iran.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight, and all of the United States military on an operation the likes of which the world has not seen in many, many decades. Hopefully, we will no longer need their services in this capacity. I hope that's so. I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin-Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days. Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There has never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say, we love you, God, and we love our great military. Protect them. God bless the Middle East. God bless Israel, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll be following this as it develops, so click that follow button to stay up to date. Also, just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter. The link to that is in my bio. Go to my profile, click the link, drop your email in, and you'll be good to go. That's the best place to get uncensored information. That's all I got for now. I'll see you in the next one.
And somebody in the White House needs to take Trump and sit his ass the fuck down.
And Trump, why is you announcing this shit to us like we got something to do with this shit?
And I'm trying to figure out when the fuck did Americans started speaking French, because, bitch, we ain't bought my motherfucking thing.
Life already hard, now we gotta worry about this bullshit. Ever since you stepped foot in the motherfucking White House, you ain't did nothing but cause motherfucking chaos.
We ain't got nothing to do with that. Stop fucking talking to us, having them folks over there thinking that we with you. Iran, we not with him. We don't fuck with him. He don't fuck with us, for real.
This what happen when you have a reverse albino raccoon eyes orange ass uneducated bitch in a motherfucking office. You bitches said y'all was voting for politics. These the politics y'all vote for?
I'm not getting out there and fighting no motherfucking body. I'm on Iran's side.
Trump, why? Why, bro? Why you carry your ass over there fucking with them folks? God damn it. Iran already done told us. They've been telling us since your last motherfucking presidential run. Bitch, don't come over here with this bullshit.
Iran, whenever you see this motherfucking video, it wasn't me. It was Trump and Shamar.
I'm on their motherfucking side. Fuck the U.S. I don't give a damn.
And what you do? Take your motherfucking ass over there with that bullshit. Iran already been showing they ain't fucking playing. They mean business. They standing on what the fuck they talking about. Trump? What?
Any two times you on the same political side as a motherfucker that's built like an uneven and cursive S, you just as fucked up as them. But then again, Trump can't read, Shamar can't read. Trump can't spell, Shamar can't spell. MAGA, where you bitches at?
You take your ass over there and bomb them people. Iran, look, we ain't got shit to do with that. If you want the address, I promise you, if y'all got an iPhone, Apple Maps, that motherfucker, it's nothing. Quit.
And somebody in the White House needs to take Trump and sit his ass the fuck down. Life already hard, then we gotta worry about this bullshit. Ever since you stepped foot in the motherfucking White House, you ain't did nothing but cause motherfucking chaos. I'm not getting out there and fighting no motherfucking body. I'm on Iran's side. I'm on their motherfucking side. Fuck the U.S. I don't give a damn.
Now, I've seen a lot of people upset about Trump striking Iran's nuclear facilities. A lot of these people are saying, well, this isn't America first. This isn't America first. I disagree with that. So my question would be, so is it America first to let the people who chant death to America acquire nuclear weapons and then continue to work on their rocket technology until they get intercontinental ballistic missiles while still chanting death to America? And that would be the natural progression of this. You combine intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear warheads, and that is a problem. On top of that, they're chanting death to America, and they support terrorism. They have no problem with civilians being slaughtered. I would argue it's definitely America first to stop our enemies that want to destroy us from acquiring nuclear weapons. But I think people are confusing America first with America only. Those are not the same things. America first involves protecting your people. We should be protecting our values and not apologizing for it, nor should we be scared to do it. On top of that, peace through strength requires effective deterrence. And for peace through strength to work, people must believe two things. America has the power to hurt them, and America will use that power if they see it as necessary. If you don't have both, it's just empty posturing at that point. So by doing this, Trump is solidifying the core of peace through strength, which is that deterrence. And he's quite literally also working to stop the people who chant death to America from acquiring nuclear weapons that they could then use against us in the future.
Why is God using Trump in this administration? I know a lot of people don't like Trump for his personality. They don't agree with everything that he's doing. They don't agree with all of his tactics. But God indeed is using Trump and this administration for a reason. You see, even though Trump may not be the best personification of a Christian, he still is making decisions that favor Christians. He's still making decisions that favor women. he is still making decisions that favor the laws of God. But why is God allowing this to happen if it's all going to be taken away the next term? If another Democrat comes in, then everything is going to switch, and then the pendulum's going to swing, and they're going to undo everything that Trump did, and then we're just going back and forth again. But that's the thing. We are reaching the end times, which means the pendulum has swung and it's stopping. And it's swung to the right. And now Trump is the person that God is using to set the stage for God's people to harvest. This is why, whether Trump is Christian or not, the things that God is using him to do is in favor of the Christians. The things that God is calling him to do is always related to America and Israel, to Christians and Israel. The reason why this is because God is setting the stage for him to make a big move. He's going to use his people, but the stage needs to be set for his people. He's creating a way for us to be used in America and used around the world to heal and to turn people's hearts to him. There's a harvest that's coming, but this harvest cannot work if God doesn't open the path. God is about to use us, but he needs to set the stage first. And Trump is the perfect person to use to set that stage. God bless.